record to this computer. Okay, it's recording now, and I will share my screen. Hold on. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so have you chosen a picture that you want to do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which number?
24.
And is that the
24th. Yeah, yeah, this
this number here?
24th, but
Okay,
yeah,
okay. One
yeah.
second. Let's see if we can get to 24. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So what can you see in this story?
Oh, I see summertime, and there are a lot of people on the beach, and the weather is so hot, and one boy stay in line to buy some ice cream,
Yeah,
and
is standing or is waiting in a queue. I normally say in a queue. Although I know in the States they very often say line, and in the UK nowadays we say a line as well. Is standing is waiting in a queue. I'm
uh-huh.
sorry, keep going.
And finally, he got his long-awaited ice cream.
Good.
And next picture, maybe he already got some sunstroke because the weather so hot, and but he keeps himself strong. And just when he turned around, he found that there are a lot of people around him, and the road maybe to his place where his parents uh, lie
Were lying or
is
are lying?
li-
Yeah, are
a
lying. Yeah.
line, and
And
the
I
way
would say
is
the route.
uh-huh,
It kind of rhymes with boot. The route
route.
to his the route to his
Yeah,
town to where his parents are lying.
yeah, it's not easy way to come to them or
Excellent.
to
Yes.
find them.
So how can we call the beach? How can we describe the beach? How can we say it? Which adjective can
Uh,
we use?
crowd,
Yeah, it's crowded. It's overcrowded. Excellent.
overcrowded, yeah, and people without clothes, so it's really hot,
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is
very
sunbathing.
sunny, very sunny,
Good. It's very
sunless,
sunny. They're
yeah,
sunbathing.
yeah. And there is almost no place between each other,
Between
between
each
people,
person. Yeah, between different people. Good.
between different people. And first, some steps was not so hard, and he
The
still
first few steps, sorry, the first few
uh-huh,
steps
few
rather than some
steps.
steps. The first few steps after the first. It sounds good with few. The first
Mhm.
few steps.
Was not hard, and um, he continued to keep his ice cream strong and
To hold his ice cream
hold
firmly.
it
Yeah.
in his hand. Yeah, but after some steps, after some time, trying to come to his family, the ice cream become or was warmed by sun.
Yeah, the ice
Yeah,
cream warmed up. Yeah, the ice cream warmed
warmed
up.
up, by sun, and become smaller each
Good.
second,
It
maybe.
became it was get they were getting smaller. Yeah, the ice creams were
Getting
getting
smaller.
smaller. Good. Yeah, you can say. Do you know what word we use for when they turn from solid to liquid?
Melt,
Yeah,
melt,
exactly. So the ice creams were melting. Yeah,
were
absolutely to
melted.
melt.
Yeah. And this liquid, already a liquid ice cream, falls down on the people who lie directly under his leg.
Good.
Yeah,
What?
boys' legs.
Good. Excellent. What verb do you think we use for when the liquid goes like that and goes? I don't want to say it. But boop,
um,
boop, boop.
I
I
I
think you
don't
know
know.
this word. I think you do. What do we call a little one of water?
Cup, cup of water.
Not
No,
cup, but
no.
I thought you were saying a different word. One so like a ball.
Peace, no, not peace,
Not
but
ball, but like a ball of water. Drop. Yeah, one drop
Ah,
of water,
drop.
a
Yeah,
drop of
yeah,
water. And so
yeah.
we
Drop.
say a drop
I
of,
drop. Yeah.
yeah, there we go. A drop to drip, a drop of. So you can say
Mm-hmm.
the ice cream drips onto their bodies. Yeah, drip onto. Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
just
Drip
to
onto
drip,
the
and it means
body.
drip, drip, drip. It means when water is dripping.
Uh-huh. Onto the bodies. Yeah. And people are irritated by boys' ice cream.
Excellent.
They became angry with him and even tried to catch him, maybe.
Good.
But
Yeah.
he,
Tried to grab
but
him.
grab him. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
Not
he
catch
is.
usually. Yeah, grab is better. They tried to grab him.
Mhm. And but this boy is small, flexible, maybe fast, and
Good.
finally he came to his parents. Yeah, but the ice cream had has already completely melted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. If you're telling the story in present tense, then you say has
has
already.
already.
And if
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it in past, then you say had already completely
Mm-hmm.
melted. They were both good. That was excellent for that story. Have you chosen another one?
Yes,
Excellent.
it's about art,
So
force
which
of
number?
art. Number 156.
Excellent. Okay, let's go right down here. And hold on, guys. Everybody else, we will move on. We'll do a couple of stories each today. So 156 or
50,
46? 50,
56. No,
56.
no, no, 50.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Okay, here it comes. So what can you see in the very first picture? It's right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is this the right one?
Yeah, yeah, it's maybe the story about two men, first artist and his potential client, man who wants to buy some picture.
Good.
Yeah, and it looks like this client likes to eat because he is well fed.
He's well fed. Excellent. He's
Yeah,
very well
yeah,
fed.
and
Excellent.
he likes this picture, and he sit on his chair and look at some paint work, and
And
there are fruits on the picture, and
good. So he
yeah,
sits on the chair. Yeah, he sits down. He sits on the chair.
sits, yeah,
Yeah, just make
and
sure you get yes, exactly.
but it looks like he doesn't have some bright emotions. It's just look at picture without.
How can we say
Um,
that when somebody doesn't feel anything,
mm,
when they have no emotions?
mm,
You can say indifferent. Yeah, indifferent.
ah, mhm.
He looks indifferent to the painting. He doesn't look very interested or,
Yeah, indifferent
fascinated.
to this paint. Yeah, but in the next picture, the artist show some meal dishes, and it's very delicious for this man,
Good.
and he is very impressed. Maybe how much this picture look like real food. And next picture
What's he
was
doing here? I just wanted to get this one as well.
he
What's he doing?
maybe drop his how to say you said mm, I forgot this.
To drip,
It's
you can use
drip.
to drip here. You can say his
Uh-huh.
saliva or his spit is dripping. You could say that, or you could say he is dribbling. I think we very often say dribbling here when saliva
Mm-hmm.
is coming out of your mouth. He is dribbling. He's so hungry, he's dribbling. Or you could say he is salivating. That's a little bit more biological. I think, it's a bit more scientific. He is
Uh-huh.
salivating. Saliva is the name for your spit, but most people just say your spit, in fact, your spit or your saliva. And so you can say his spit is dripping, his saliva is dripping as well. That also works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He is ripping his survivor.
His
His
saliva is dripping. It must be done that way.
his
Uh-huh.
uh-huh.
Just like his ice cream is
Saliva.
dripping, but his saliva is dripping this time.
His saliva is dripping. And the next picture is even more interested for him and
Interesting. Yeah, interesting for him.
interesting. Yeah, more attractive maybe.
Good.
With wine, with bottle. Yeah, and but mm, his reaction was unpredictable for an artist. He just turned around and become running.
Started running and
Started
started running.
started running. Yeah, he came outside and tried to catch some uh, first seen taxi.
Uh-huh. Good.
Yeah,
Tried to catch a taxi. Yeah.
touch. Uh, and in the next episode, he already sit on the restaurant and look at the menu and order some meals,
Yeah.
dishes.
Some
Yeah,
delicious food. Absolutely. Something
delicious
tasty.
food. Yeah,
Something that he had already seen earlier.
yeah, maybe, yeah. And who knows what lead to this situation? Maybe he was impressed by this real food in the picture, or he was so hungry. But yeah, he decided better to go to the restaurant.
Good, yeah, it was inspiration. You can say here the painting was inspiration for him. It
Yeah,
inspired him, or it made him hungry. You can just say it like that. It's up to you.
I think
That
it's
was
also a good art because of good art.
yes, also the art, yeah, that inspired him. It certainly was what got him hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic, Kate. That was really good. I think that was a nice couple of choices as well, because I don't think we've seen that one very often. So that was brilliant. Let's move on now to Allo, because I haven't seen Allo before. Allo, Allo, Allo.
Hello, hello.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I don't think you've been to a class before, have you?
No, I haven't been
Okay,
until.
it's your first time. So who are you? Where are you? Why are you learning English?
So I'm from Italy. I'm from Milan, actually,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and I really want to give an improvement to my English. So
Make an
I don't
improvement, or you want your English
make
to
an
improve?
improvement.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I don't really have the occasion to speak it very often here where I live. I have, I think, a quite good receptive skill. I mean, more like in listening
Uh-huh,
or
uh-huh.
reading, but not very much. I'm lacking in writing and speaking.
I
So
understand.
productive skill.
It's
Yeah.
hard to find someone to practice with sometimes with speaking.
With speaking and writing as well.
Oh,
So.
okay, okay, yeah. Do you enjoy writing then? I think usually people come to me for speaking practice. I must admit, it's rare they come for writing practice.
Mm, but I think it's one of the underrated
Uh-huh,
capacity, and
uh-huh.
I think in mostly for, I mean, mostly for a job can give you a plus if you are good in writing and uh,
Good at writing,
good
good
at
at. Uh-huh.
writing. Uh-huh.
Excellent. Do you use English at work?
Not that much actually at the moment. But I use it. I mean, I read a lot in English and I watch movies, and
Which books? Which films?
I mean, mostly I'm interested in anatomic. I'm studying yoga and
Uh-huh. Okay.
so and qigong and all the uh, I mean all the production of about this theme. It's in English.
Okay, yeah, excellent. I understand most of the books and TV shows about yoga, yeah, they're usually in English.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
all these games and qigong as well.
Okay,
That's it.
fantastic. Have you chosen one of these pictures that you want to describe?
No, no, no. I actually didn't know exactly how I was gonna work, so I
It's okay.
just
You can just try the next one if you want to, or you can retell a story that you've already got prepared. Of course, that's fine as well.
no, it's fine. I'm gonna go with this one.
Okay, so what can you
Yeah.
see in the first picture?
And the first picture, there's a man who is drawing. Probably he's a painter, and we can see in the next picture that probably the person next to him are his family members, and he's showing his drawing to his family members. So that seems to be very enthusiastic.
They do. They look very enthusiastic, very impressed.
Yeah, very impressed. And in the next one, there's him looking at his reflection in the mirror, and is I think trying to give himself more like a artist look.
Good.
Not really convinced, and so it's start to change his haircut.
Excellent. Yeah. Do you know what we call it when you have this that comes over? Because I don't know if he's
No,
exactly got one, but you can kind of see one there.
no, I don't know how do you call it.
Okay, it's a fringe. I can see him. I mean, he's giving himself a side parting as well. If you want to
Okay.
describe it, I think he's giving himself a side parting, and he's got a fringe coming out there.
Okay. And we see him also changing his look, and it probably is going to buy a jumper or something that it can give you more like an artist look, and is showing himself showing off with his family members to get the approbation, I guess.
Yeah, to change his look, to change his image.
Change his look.
What does he
Okay.
stop doing?
What is stop shaving.
He stops shaving.
Stop
Excellent. He grows a
shaving.
beard.
Grows a beard.
Yeah, a beard and a
Uh,
moustache.
a beard and a mustache. And is also starting, we see in the next picture, is also starting to smoke a pipe.
Good.
Is wearing his new glasses and scarves, and they all seem very impressed. And okay, in the final picture, we see that it's mainstream choice.
Yes, yeah, everybody's doing it.
Almost,
Yeah, it's the
yeah,
fashion.
everybody's doing.
You could also say here he manages to blend in very well in the art gallery. When you blend in, you look like everybody else. It's the opposite of stand out. Yeah, I'm the kind of person that prefers to blend in. I'll admit it. I don't like to stand out. I don't like bright clothes or things like that. I wear dark clothes, ordinary clothes, very casual clothes because I like to blend in. But some
Okay,
people like to stand out.
okay. So you wanted to stand out, but he
I
ends up blending in.
I think so. I think that's
Okay.
exactly what it is. At the start, he wants to stand out. He realizes that he's got a very boring look, but when he tries to stand out, he ends up blending in. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Let's try one at the other, well, perhaps towards the end of the. Let's try one here. Perhaps this one about the doggy.
Okay. So we have here in the picture one man who's walking his dog. They meet another old man. They probably already know, and is
How do you call someone who you know who's not a friend, but you just know them?
acquaintance,
Excellent. Yeah. So perhaps some acquaintance, perhaps a friend. Good.
perhaps a friend, and is how do you say, is not presenting
Offering, I would say, offering rather than presenting. He's offering his.
is offering his hand, and
Yeah, he wants to shake hands with the dog, and the dog is offering its paw. I would still say offering there.
yeah, and the dog seems really excited because probably the man is going to show his skills
Good.
and so is throwing the stick in the water.
Yeah, in the next picture, he's throwing the stick in the water.
Throwing the stick in the water, and they both are watching how the dog managed to bring the stick back to the man.
Yeah, it's a very obedient dog. It does what
Yeah,
it's asked to do. Yeah, it's very obedient. It obeys.
obedient. Okay, and what else? So the dog managed to bring back the stick to the owner, and now it's the turn of the other man that wanted him to do the same with Umbrella,
Good.
and the dog he did.
What's the dog doing here in this picture?
It's shaking.
Good. Yeah, it's shaking himself dry.
Is shaking himself dry,
Good.
and but eventually he didn't want to give the umbrella back to the man, so they start, I mean, to fight
Good.
to to get the umbrella back.
Good.
But we see in the final drawing that the man and the man umbrella, it's completely broken.
The man's umbrella is completely broken. Yeah, the man's umbrella.
From the I mean from the fight.
Yeah, from the fight, from the struggle. Good.
From the struggle. Okay.
Yeah, it's been ripped to pieces. You can say, yeah, you can use a ripped to pieces or ripped to shreds, we often say as well. Ripped to shreds. Or torn to pieces, torn to shreds. That works as well. When the dog was biting on the umbrella. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, fantastic. That was really good. Hello. Let's go on to Gunter now. I can see Gunter waiting. Hello, Gunter.
Hello. Hi, Dave.
So are you bored of the pictures, Gunter? You've done the pictures before. Do you want to retell me a story? Something you've seen on TV or something you've read recently? It doesn't have to be the pictures, and I think it's just as good with telling another story. It's your choice.
Yeah, for me, it's also interesting to talk with you about something, and I don't mind doing the picture either. It's
Okay.
both okay for me. But if you are interested, I can tell you how I found you.
Yes, please, go on.
I was looking on YouTube and searching for Spinoza.
Spinoza.
And then YouTube suggested a few videos, and then I saw also one of yours, very short. So I clicked on it, and then I had the impression, yeah, the video is short, but it is not finished. It is just a little snippet of a whole lecture, and then in the explanation part, I saw that you offer a whole course about philosophy. So I bought the whole course, and then I saw that
Was that on Udemy or on my website?
Udemy. First, I bought your courses on Udemy. Then I saw actually you are a professional English teacher, not a philosopher, but a professional English teacher. And so after a while, I bought more and more of your courses, and now I have all your courses. The first courses I bought on Udemy, and then I switched to your website.
What got you interested in Spinoza?
I started your course about philosophy. I started with the first lectures, and then I stopped and I switched to your English courses, and now the philosophy course is still on the waiting list.
Okay, I understand.
It is on pause at the moment. I'm looking forward to continue with the philosophy lectures, but first I want to. I completed the intermediate course, and at the moment I'm on the upper intermediate course. And
excellent.
Then after a while I will try to continue with your philosophy course.
Do you have a favorite philosopher? I mean, is it Spinoza or is it somebody else?
Spinoza, I do not know Spinoza, therefore I was looking for him. And in your course, I have not reached the lecture where you talk about Spinoza. So for me, I just heard the name Spinoza, and then I was interested in what he's teaching, what is his philosophy, and then I looked on YouTube for it. But I had no time, or until now, I did not really go into it.
Yeah, I understand. It takes time, and I think the more other philosophers you know, the more you know Spinoza. Yeah, if you know the other people he was studying, he was reading.
Yeah,
It's nice to know everybody in context.
I'm looking forward to finish your course. You
To
present,
finishing, yeah,
yeah,
looking
to
forward.
finishing to go through your course. You have different lessons on different philosophers. So it's good to get the overview, because philosophy is not was not of any interest in my younger years.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's never
So-
too late to catch up on philosophy.
So yeah, now I'm quite old, but now I developed some interest in different kinds of thinking. And Kant is also very interesting for me, but it's very difficult to read.
Yeah.
He has so long sentences, and
Yeah, such long sentences. Yes, he does.
such
He
long
does have
sentences.
extremely
Even
long.
in German language, it is very hard for me to understand what he wants to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And if I'm honest, Spinoza has some very difficult long sentences, especially at the start of the book. And so I know what you mean. A lot of philosophers are like that, where they're quite difficult to read the first time. I think I read the whole book through and I find it quite difficult. And then I do it a second time and I
Yeah.
find it easier. Once you already have some context again, you understand a bit more what the person is talking about. But yeah, a lot of philosophers write in quite difficult long sentences, like Kant, certainly Hegel, and Spinoza, sadly, as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hegel, I have not tried yet, and Schopenhauer, I have not tried
okay. I think
yet.
Schopenhauer writes beautifully, if I'm honest. I really do think he's a very clear writer, really powerful writer, and very very good psychologist. Really understands what motivates people and why people do what they do.
Schopenhauer. Is it
Schopenhauer.
Schopenhauer?
Yeah, I
Ah,
think
yeah.
so. I think he's a wonderful writer, much clearer than Hegel or Kant or Spinoza. Personally,
yeah.
I really like Spinoza. He's one of my favorites, but I know that he is not an easy person to read. I wouldn't consider him easy. Schopenhauer, I think, is quite easily read. He had a really powerful way of writing.
Schopenhauer. Maybe I will look for Schopenhauer also.
Yeah, give him a try. I think he's a lot easier to read than Hegel or Kant. I know Kant is so dry, I would say. Kant, extremely dry writer, not much of interest there. It's not very exciting writing. But yeah, I think Schopenhauer speaks to your heart quite often, and I find him very easy to read.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
then.
I
Go on,
bought a
sorry.
book from Daria Dugini.
Who's that? Sorry, who's that?
Yeah, I bought the book written by Daria Dugin.
I don't know who that is.
Russian,
Is it Durkheim? Durkheim.
the daughter of a Russian philosopher.
Okay.
She was killed somehow in a car accident or a car bomb, and she presents or she mentions, she refers to some many other philosophers I have never heard about. This looks like a complete new kind of area of philosophy.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I know it. I don't think I've heard of this
Oh, yeah.
this girl. And she's the daughter of a Russian philosopher.
Yeah, I think he is famous. I don't know. Or I didn't know him before I saw some video about him because of this accident or so. But he seems to be, when I spoke with a colleague of mine, he comes from Eastern country, and he knew him. I think he's quite
Quite
famous,
well known, yeah, perhaps in the Russian-speaking world in the East.
well known, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I understand. If I'm honest, I can't think of a single Russian philosopher. Even
yeah.
though, I mean, of course, there are many, but I think in the West, and certainly in the Western tradition, I can only think of Russian writers
Yes,
who are very philosophical,
yeah.
but I can't think of anybody who stands out to me in the last 100 years. I know there are, and I recently went to Moscow, and I remember the student who sees me sometimes on these live classes, Nariman, took me into a philosophy department on Stary Abat, and I met one of the professors there who was a philosophy professor, and he was showing me lots of the philosophy books and assuring me that there are lots of Russian philosophers. And so, yeah, I'm not. It's just, I suppose, in the Western tradition, I don't think we really study many Russian philosophers, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go on to Andre, because I know he's waiting patiently there, and I replied to him recently with a video as well, so I know we're going to have something to discuss here. Can you hear us, Andre?
Hello, Dave. Hello to everybody. Glad to see you again.
Glad to see you, Andre. How are you doing? What's going on?
Fine. Thank you. Well, about if I can tell about philosopher, my sentence, my talking will be very, very, very short. Okay. For me, philosophy is yes. For me, philosophy is science rocket.
Sorry, science rocket?
For me, philosophy is like science rocket.
It's like rocket science.
Rocket science, yeah, yes. I like rocket science, so that's all I can say.
So what would you like to discuss today then, Andre? Do you want to discuss Albert Einstein?
Einstein is also beyond my knowledge. He's far away from me.
I think he's way beyond my knowledge as well.
Yes.
I'm a bit too stupid for Einstein.
But I can tell some maybe interesting story, or maybe what I did in the last time.
What I've been doing recently. Yeah, what I've been doing recently.
What I have been doing recently. I talked to ChatGPT and I ask him every time I write a prompt to correct my English, and so I saw my real person in the mirror, how much I can write correctly English, or I read or write English, and the topics were not in the right position. The preposition were not right. But well,
that's ChatGPT. I'm afraid there are a lot of mistakes. I think people put a lot of faith and confidence in AI, but I mean, read any part of AI and you find mistakes always.
No. ChatGPT is much better in English than I am.
Better at. Yeah, just like good at, bad at, better at.
Yes. Yes, he's much better at as I in English, and he corrected my mistakes, I say, and so I know I make many mistakes when it's come to a word, to the topic, to the preposition. I don't use the modal verb. I don't use modal verbs, and so on and so forth. So I have a long way to go to better my English.
Yeah, I don't think you'll find modal verbs any problem. They're not, well, I mean, they can be a little bit problematic. There are some complications there, but it's always plus infinitive, or perfect tense. Yeah, must have done, might have done, could have done.
When I ask a question, I didn't use the modal verbs. It's better to ask, "Can you help me?" or "May you help me?" or something else. I think I wrote more like an imperative sentence.
Can you is usually for any kind of requests. I think can you is much more common than may I or can.
Yes.
Can you or can I? Far more common than may. In the past, a long time ago, people insisted that it should be may sometimes and not can, but that is from a long time ago. Everybody nowadays just uses can. I can actually put up something to help you practice past modals. Let me see if I can get you a different picture. 1 second, and I'll find something for modal verbs. Yeah.
Perfect, Dave. Perfect.
Past modals. Hold on, past modals.
You know my weakness, so shoot at them, and I try to be up to the challenge you make to me.
I want to find the. Sorry, I don't know what I call it on my. Hold on, is it OEF3 modal? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, 1 second, and I'll find the teacher book, and I'll just find it. It's been a while since I've used this. Hold on. But I think it will be useful for you. I've got to remember which book it's in, and maybe it's in the. Hold on, bear with me for a second, guys.
Yes, it's no problem. I can tell you, I love Newton. I love Darwin. Here, they're brilliant.
No, that's not. That's going to be episode 2, Darwin.
Okay. Yes, I'm waiting. That would be great.
Hold on, there should be it's somewhere around here. 1 second. I just like this one about my grandfather told me he met Napoleon Bonaparte. Oh, and look, there shouldn't have. 1 second, you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. I've just forgotten which chapter it's on. Is it 3?
Yes, and these are pictures. You can't search for a word here.
Oh, which chapter was it? I just haven't used English file for so long. Are you looking at? Can you see what I can see? Yeah, where can you see the book which I'm scrolling through at the moment? Yeah.
Yes, I can see. I can see as you're scrolling.
Okay, I've got that's for should, but that's not.
Can you say also when saliva drops from your mouth, water is running in your mouth?
There it is. Water is, and not water, saliva is running. You can say your nose is running. You don't usually say saliva is running. We do certainly say my nose is running. Yeah. Can you see logical explanations at the moment, guys? Yeah?
Yes. That's great.
You say my nose is running. Certainly, when there's snot coming out of your nose. But yeah, or. Dribble is what we usually say for when I think when we get old we often dribble a little bit more, and when we're little babies we dribble a lot as well. To dribble. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit older. I'm already into my late 40s. I'm starting to dribble a bit more often.
Yes, and after a stroke you can dribble.
That's true. I haven't had one of those so far, I'm glad to say. And so look at number 1, yeah? My grandfather told me he had met Napoleon Bonaparte. I want you to make logical deductions about that statement.
He can't have met Napoleon Bonaparte because he's too young.
Excellent. So he must have
dreamed about this meeting.
You know what? Dream is better in continuous. He must have been dreaming. He must have
been dreaming.
It's better in the continuous dream. And I prefer you to think about certain verbs being more likely to be in continuous. He must have been dreaming. He must have been drinking would also be possible. Yeah. Just some with certain verbs like drink, like dream, you're more likely to see them in the continuous form, the perfect continuous, rather than just the perfect simple form. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Dave. So I have. It's better to say he must have been drinking, so he have been dreaming about the meeting with Napoleon.
So he must have been dreaming, or he must have been drinking. I would do one or the other. I think putting them together, showing off. But yeah, he can't have met him. He must have been dreaming. He must have gone mad. Yeah, he must have been drunk. You can use the simple and just say it like that. He must have been drunk. You know, that's also correct.
He must have been having hallucination.
He must have been hallucinating. Yeah, he must
have been hallucinating.
They certainly, those two. Yeah, he must have been hearing voices, or we do then use hear That's the one time here, which is usually a stative verb. That's the one time you'll see it in continuous when it's hearing voices or when it's seeing things. The same with see. See becomes dynamic verb when you're talking about hallucinating. So he must have been hearing voices. He must have been hallucinating. He must have been seeing things. Yeah, we would say seeing things as well.
That's an ongoing process.
Yeah, for some reason, hear is usually stative. It usually is. But when we say he's hearing voices, it becomes dynamic. Just in that one phrase of when somebody's going mad, they're hearing voices or they're seeing things. Okay, try number 2.
Yes, what I can say, it's when I talk, let's say in Romanian, in my native language, I feel the language. I feel the times that I have to use. In English, it's not the same thing. I'm just don't have this feeling of the language. I think it sounds correctly, but it's wrong. That's interesting.
It's not many verbs that I recommend you use the perfect continuous. Most will be perfect simple. Look at number 2. Try number 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
The lights were on in Kate's house, and her car was there, but she didn't answer the door. She might have. She might have fall asleep.
Fallen asleep. She might have fallen asleep.
Asleep.
And you're right. Fall asleep is very perfect simple, certainly, and not falling. Yeah. She might have fallen asleep.
She might have fallen asleep.
Excellent. What about she can't have? And I want you to focus on her car was there. Her car was there, so she can't have.
She can't have gone out because the car was in front of the house.
Excellent. She can't have gone out. Her car was there. Yeah. And so perfect. Really good. She might have fallen asleep. She can't have gone out. Very good. Do number 3, and then I'm going to get everybody else also to do one on this, just so everybody's practicing their past modals. Try number 3 now.
That's great. Really great. That's a challenge. I love challenges. And I think we have to have fun, not to feel bad emotion, just for fun, just talking for fun.
Absolutely, yeah. There's never any bad emotion about learning English.
Yes, I left an urgent message with my wife's secretary to phone me as soon as she arrived at the office. She hasn't phoned me. The secretary might have not.
Might not have. We always put the not there if it's
might not have. The secretary might not have given the message to my wife.
Excellent. Yeah, or you could say my wife can't have.
My wife can't have forgot about the message.
Forgotten about
the message.
Forgotten me, yeah.
Forgotten, yes. Forgotten.
Can't have forgotten me, yeah.
Forgotten the message because she loves me dearly.
Exactly. Fantastic. Really, really good. Let's try now. Come on to Kate. Kate, try number 4. We'll just go round and make sure everybody gets a chance at this. You are the best in the class at English, Kate. On the list of exam results, it says failed by your name. You don't believe it.
You are the best in the class and on the list of exam results. On the list of exam results.
Yeah, it says failed by your name.
I can't have failed.
Yeah.
Because I am the best in the class.
Yeah, I can't have failed. Absolutely. What must have happened?
The teacher must have a mistake.
Not have a mistake. Which word do we use? And this is important, Kate. Which word do we use with mistake?
Make.
Good.
Make
So-
mistake.
so-
Must have make a mistake. Made
Must-
a mistake.
Good.
Made a
Excellent. Must have
mistake.
made a mistake. Excellent. The teacher must have made a mistake. Excellent. Try number 5 as well. We'll do 2 each.
Yeah. Your friend always phones you on your birthday. Yesterday was your birthday. She didn't phone. She can't. She can't have the possibility to call. Maybe she
Then can't have had the possibility,
Have-
the opportunity. Let's say the opportunity, because it's always an
the
opportunity.
opportunity.
Yeah,
to
she
call.
can't have had the opportunity to call me, the chance to call. Excellent.
She must have no money on the phone.
Okay, she must have, and verb in third form. She must have,
Had no money.
exactly. It's got to be another have. Quite often you see 2 haves together in English. Very often, in fact. One of my friends a few months ago said, is had correct in English? And he's an English guy. He's a native speaker, but he wasn't sure. He said, is had correct, Dave? And I had to say, yes, it's correct. It's 100% correct. Excellent. So she can't have had the opportunity. She must have had no money on her phone. She must have run out of power, run out of battery on the phone. Excellent. Okay, Gunther, you're on number 6.
Last night a bus passed you.
Oh, and
in the
sorry,
street.
have I forgotten hello? Have I forgotten hello?
Oh,
Sorry, hello. Sorry, Gunther. Sorry. Wait, you will be brought in. Don't worry, Gunther. You are coming. But I forgot hello. Hello. I couldn't see you there. Have a look at number 6. Hello. You're on mute. Hello, you are on mute. Asked to unmute.
Voilà.
That's better.
Okay, sorry. Last night a bus passed you in the street. You saw a face at the window which looked exactly like your uncle's. Your uncle died 2 years ago. It can't have been real.
It can't have been real. Excellent. It can't have been my uncle. Excellent.
It might have been someone else.
It might have been someone else. Yeah, it must have been someone else, you might say. Excellent. Okay, try number 7.
You invited 2 friends to dinner at your house in the country. They've both got a good sense of direction and clear instructions from you. Their car is 30 years old. They're half an hour late. They can't have missed the road. No.
What would we say? We need a 2-word verb here to kind of when you don't know where to go and you need to ask somebody for directions.
No, sorry, I can't get it.
So get lost, yeah? So they can't have.
They can't have got lost.
Excellent.
Their car must have broken.
Broken, and then which preposition? Because we use this special verb for cars, a special phrasal verb.
Their car must have
Broken.
broken out. I don't know.
You're close, though. It's a preposition. Their car must have broken
I don't know.
down. We usually say break down. Yeah, cars break down. I don't know why, but we do say the car broke down on the motorway. Yeah, we usually say that. And so, yeah, their car must have broken down. Excellent. Okay, Gunther, sorry. You are on number 8. Have a look at number 8.
Yesterday, Jim spent the whole day phoning his ex-girlfriend on her mobile phone, but she didn't answer it. She might have rejected to answer his.
Yeah, she might have ignored the call. Yeah, she might have ignored the call. Yeah, excellent. She might have ignored the call. Very true. I think all my family ignore the call when I try to call them.
She might not have interest in talking to her ex-boyfriend.
You need a verb there. So she might not have, and then a verb in the third form. So you can say interest, but you need a verb there first. She might not have
been interested.
Excellent. She might not have been interested. You could say she might not have had an interest, but I prefer being interested. It's more natural. She might not have been interested in talking to him, yeah? In talking to Jim.
Mhm.
Excellent. Okay, go on to number 9.
Your teacher gives you a long exercise to do. After 1 minute, you say finished. Your teacher says, you can't have finished in such a short time.
Excellent.
You must have forgotten to answer all the questions.
Yeah, to turn over the page. Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have forgotten, or you must have not noticed all the questions on the next page. Okay, and one more from you, Andre. You're not getting away with no more. One more, number 10.
Yesterday evening, you had a meal in a restaurant and ordered a prawn cocktail, chicken casserole, and chocolate cake. You ate a lot. Later, we are sick in the night. The next day, you say, I must have eaten too much.
Excellent.
Uh,
So here, who cooks the food usually in a restaurant?
the cook or the
Good. Or
chef.
the chef. Yeah. Oh, cook is good.
Chef.
Chef is posher. That's all, the only difference. So the chef might not have.
The chef must
Chef.
might
It is
the chef
pronounced chef.
the chef might not have known might not have known I'm a sick person.
Okay, might not have known I'm a sick person who shouldn't eat prawn cocktail and chicken casserole and chocolate cake. Yes. Excellent, excellent. There is one more exercise we can do before we finish, actually, on should have. I know it's around here somewhere. Okay, it's not there. I need a different book. 1 second. Because just to practice while we're on the same kind of topic, because these are all the past deductive modals. Yeah, these must have, can't have. They're usually for deductions and explanations. Let's now try should have, and I think we can find some good ones in here. Hold on, we'll need a new book.
It was lovely. It was lovely.
Hold on, let's go straight to. I think it's in the back here, or maybe it's.
Do you have something with Einstein and should?
No, not with Einstein and should. Just with, hold on a second. I'm trying to remember where it is. I just haven't been in these books for a long time. Here we go. Two English Kings, fashion show. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Your first one, Andre. You have to reply to me. And this was true. When I first went to Russia, I couldn't speak to anybody. Yeah, you need to give me advice and say you should have, you shouldn't have. Okay.
You
so
should.
When I first went to Moscow, I couldn't speak to anybody. It's true.
You should have taken my Russian English course to know how to understand the Russian people.
Excellent, excellent. You should have studied harder. Yeah, you should have studied Russian much harder before you arrived. Excellent. Okay, this is perhaps true as well. Number 2, and we're on to Kate now. Number 2, I've got a terrible hangover, Kate.
I have got a terrible hangover.
Yeah, I've got a terrible hangover. I want you to
don't
criticize.
Understand the hangover.
Hangover is when you drink too much. It's how you feel the next day. You have a terrible headache the next day when you drink too much. Yeah, so I want you to criticize me with should have, shouldn't have.
Okay. I have got you should not drink a lot next time.
So you shouldn't have drunk so much.
Have drunk so much next time.
You should. Okay, next time would be you shouldn't drink so much next time. That wouldn't be a past criticism. Try number 3. Yeah, Jim told me his phone number and I've forgotten it.
You should better write this number.
So you should have, and then third form, you should have
written.
Excellent.
You should have written.
Yeah, you should have written his number down. We often put the down at the end there. Yeah, you should have written his number down. And hold on, let me write some of these. But yeah, you should have written his number down. Excellent. Number 4, hello. Can you see number 4?
Yeah.
Excellent.
my friend letter.
Look how small this is. You should have written his number down. Sorry, it's so small, guys. I don't know why my computer does what it does very often. I've got no idea what it's doing. But yeah, you should have written his number down. Number 4. Hello. I sent my friend a letter. It took 3 weeks to get there.
Okay, you should have written him an email.
Excellent. Perfect. Number 5. It was my birthday yesterday.
You should have told me.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. And try number 6 as well.
So I've walked all the way here. You should have taken a taxi.
Excellent. Excellent. I've got 6 more. So let's go on to Gunther. And I know they're down here. Hold on a second. Somewhere around. There it is. Number 1 here, Gunther. I called my boss an idiot, so he sacked me.
I should have been a little bit more polite with my boss.
Excellent. Excellent. Number 2, I went to the beach and now I've got a terrible sunburn. Or now I've got terrible sunburn.
I should have used sun cream to protect my skin from the strong sun.
Excellent. Yeah, from the sun's rays, you might say, from the sun's rays. We often say rays for the sun. Okay, and number 3.
Melanie behaved really badly at my party. She was rude to everybody. I should not have invited her.
Excellent. Fantastic. On to Andre, number 4.
He's raw. Okay. He thought we knew the way, but we got completely lost.
Number 4.
Number 4. Yes. My little sister had terrible nightmares after watching a horror film on TV. She should have not watched.
Shouldn't have.
She shouldn't have watched the horror film.
Yeah, excellent. She shouldn't have watched a horror film. Excellent. Number 5.
He thought we knew the way, but we got completely lost. We should have checked our maps before.
We should have what verb? Should have.
What? We should have watched.
Checked or looked at.
Checked our maps. Checked our maps. Looked at our maps.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we start the journey.
Excellent. And last one, I went to Britain in November and it was freezing.
I should have taken the beer the coat with beer. How to say it?
How should I put it? Yeah, I always do it. Not how to say it, but how should I put it? How should I put it?
I wanted to say I have to have taken my coat with.
Not have to have taken. I should have taken.
I should have taken my coat with polar bear fur.
So fur coat, yeah. Should have taken my fur coat. Excellent. Should have taken my fur coat. You should have gone to Milan. That's where. Should have gone to a much nicer place.
Yes.
Fantastic, guys. We'll stop there for today. That's the whole hour done. But I've really enjoyed that. Please come back next week. You know, I'll do another class and do. Alo, I don't think you've ever mentioned when you prefer having a class. Please just write it in the grammar shed which day or which time you would like a class. I like everybody to have some input about what time and what day, as long as it's working hours, basically Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. As long as it's in those standard hours, I'm very flexible.
So okay? not during the night.
Not during the night, not on a Saturday, not on a Sunday. Yeah, I have a student on a Saturday. I do have someone that I teach on Saturdays, and so I can't do Saturdays. But yeah, Monday to Friday, 9 till 6. Wednesday is a little bit more difficult for me because I have a few more classes on Wednesday. But I'll see you all next week, guys. Yeah, so yes. Just let us know. Okay.
It was great. It was great.
My pleasure, guys. Really enjoyed that. And bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kate.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Andre, hello.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.